We are here to do your channel messages and what I see for your star sign in each month. Now, if you do like this content, remember to click the bell. And also we do have a brand new edition, which is the Romance Zone. So stay tuned for that. I will be bringing those channel messages with the tarot live by mid-month. So if you do wish this content ahead of the game, you can join a YouTube membership where I pre-release these a week ahead. Take care, and let's have a look at what I see for your zodiac sign this month. Welcome back, Cancer. Yes, we're here to do your channel messages for the month of January 2023. Can you believe it? We're in the new year. A very warm welcome. And as mentioned previously, we do have that brand new edition, which is going to be your romance sign, which I will open up ahead of the game via a YouTube membership and then open to the public about a week later. So let's see what I see for your zodiac sign coming up. Very separately, if you do need a booking, you can go to the link directly below or visit yildizreadings.com for your update. Now, Cancer, for you guys, I do feel this month is still continuing that intensity, and I do feel the first 3 days of the month can really irk you. This can be around your deep connections. You can be reflecting upon employment. You might be feeling very nostalgic about people of the past. Yes, we can have those blasts from the past coming back. Some of us, it's almost from a psychological point of view, if there's been some grievances or wounds, it may be that we're really reworking that vault from a psychological point of view and looking at our routine and asking those pivotal questions. Have things changed? Do we need to let them go? Have I been holding on to this situation? What would I need to do to proceed forward? And I do feel this massive change. You know, some of you could feel this is a very unproductive time, but I do feel it's a very productive time. I especially feel with whatever you're dealing with in the first 3 weeks, it still could be frustrating. You could feel you're going backwards to go forwards. You could feel you're going over old ground. I would say try and be patient. Try and keep flexible with your routine if possible. Those of you returning to work, it could be a little bit more difficult and frustrating. And there also could be subjects happening in the collective that are deeply frustrating. I do particularly feel some of you are looking at your health and diet, and I feel as though it's almost like your image, your feelings, you know, it's like wanting to turn over that new leaf and maybe wanting to kick some habits. I do particularly feel these emotions run deep, and although you're a water sign and you're connected as the moon in astrology, I feel psychically it's not that you don't have the tools or you are equipped for emotions. If anything, you're deeply intuitive, but I do feel this is a very different situation going on here. I do feel sometimes that self-forgiveness and revelation, you really have gone through a transformation over the last few years. I feel that self-forgiveness and letting go, and, you know, yes, we all wish things could be different, but also just self-acceptance of sometimes things are just as they are. I do feel you could be taking on a kind of a traditional viewpoint. You could be feeling very strict. Have you done enough? Could you do enough? Where could you invest in circumstances better? I see the question mark coming up again, and the question mark can be, where do I go from here? What do I do? How do I address this? I do feel in your innermost intimate circles, you can feel as though you want to isolate yourself away from those circumstances to review it. It could be going back into the shell. I do feel this is more an observation. So it doesn't mean that you're attracting back, you're pulling back. It feels you're viewing. I feel this viewing, reflecting, meditating is all to do with trying to get a deeper comprehension. I do particularly feel those wounds of the past, you know, feeling it's almost like chronic fatigue, thinking about something, worrying about it, having too much on your plate. Go, go, go. Some of you could be experiencing headaches. Some of you may not have the clarity and know how to look at something and what is up and what is down. I do feel this is going to be a new chapter for you. And I do feel it's almost like my guides are showing me once you know it's go. and it could be that you're being strict on yourself and saying, look, I need more information. What way would I deal with this? How would I do this? And I do feel you do work very intellectually. You're coming through almost as an air sign. It's this intellectual level that you're having this revelation on. For some of you, you could be dealing with an air sign. I do feel in the area of romance, look, that be it you're coupled or single, this is very transformative, but it's also at a very personal level. You could be facing your shadow in these circumstances, but really paying attention to what the other person may be resonating. I do feel for those of you in coupledom, there can be a little bit of rattiness. I also feel you could be entering into a brand new chapter this month, and this can be a really good solid ground. I also feel for those of you, be it you're in a couple or be it you're single, it's going to directly apply to both of you. You are really moving towards a brand new chapter, and this is in a very solid, committed way. I do feel at an intuitive level, if you were thinking that there was any shady behavior going on, I do feel whatever's hidden is going to be shown. And this doesn't have to be with a person that you're in love with right now or whom you're in a relationship with. It will just be intuitively point blank zero. I do feel the confidence also. God, I was going to be really quite open there. I need to be mindful of social media. At an intimate level, I do feel that self-esteem level it's going through a rework. This can be where you can be deeply vulnerable. Chemistry. Am I attractive enough? Does this person like my vibe? How do I feel inside my skin? I do feel it's going to transform, but I do feel it can lag a little bit before. I feel the brain fog and the mental fatigue of 2022 moving into 2023 can be there for a little bit. But I do feel the clarity is going to come by mid-month into the third week, and it will be all systems go. I do feel particularly for your zodiac sign, this can be a make and break month. Why do I feel such? Probably because you're ready for that brand new chapter. It's still going to be able to be reworked. But I do also feel a lot of you also can have reconciliations at this point in time. But whatever it is, it's going to be a fresh point of view and a fresh vibration coming into the intimate zone. I especially see this relevant to your contracts. You may think you're going back to a place that is going to be the same, but it's going to be transforming this year. So what it used to be is not what it's going to remain. And I do see your career sector, love life, becoming more adventurous, becoming more busy. And it's almost like the circus clown having to juggle these areas of life. I do feel for those of you in your sector of career, some of you may particularly be feeling as though you want to go in a complete different direction. And I do feel it's quite positive for resumes this month. So this is the month to get those out. If you hadn't started back in December 2022, now will be the time to really fly those out. And I do feel lady luck around you. I also feel some of you could be traveling. Some of you may feel you need to be more assertive, and you could be really vibing. Is this tribe my vibe? I'm hearing, that's random. Spice is the zest of life. I don't even know if that's how you say it. It just feels very changeable, very growth and orientation, but something is very busy. It feels very busy. Okay, some people, depending on the location they're directly working on, it could be having a change. Now, it could be a change of building. I do feel radical changes also in your wealth happening towards about the third week, and I do feel this is decisions. I do feel this is changes in status. This could be pay rises. This could be major investments. This also could be getting a position at a higher level that does take you up the tier level financially. I do feel lady luck around your zodiac sign, especially this year in that area. But I do particularly feel you may need to really be cautious of it mid-year. In your wellness zone, what I am saying, and again, I can't advise you medically, but I can psychically, for entertainment purposes, give you these channeled messages. I do particularly feel, mental energy at the moment can be the house of arrow doing. So what do I mean by that? Are we burning ourselves out? Are we doing too much? Are we eating on the run? Are we using pacifiers to calm our energy down? I do feel this year in the level of stress, it's going to be very important for us to find healthy ways to deal with that. I do particularly feel in the last 2 weeks of this month to be very cautious, especially when it does come to intensity around friendship groups, social endeavors, superiors. I also feel it may be key to be careful of the candy and the would I say candy? I'd say more sweet tooth energy or beverages that we maybe should have in moderation, but we're having to extreme. I do see you particularly making major changes in the way you are dressing your wellness. Some of you could have an opportunity of a lifetime and be very worried about how it's going to sit with those around you. Some of you are going to be handed an opportunity that you feel you would never want, but it ends up being everything you ever desired. I'm hearing variety, but it does give you variety. And I feel your mind needs variety. So what could this look like? It could be working away. It could be managing a team. Some of you, it can be traveling abroad, going to a distant location. But you're passionate about it. This is passion. This is courage. Some of it may be courage involved in this circumstance. Okay, what tips would I give you for this month? Try to be patient with yourself. Don't be scared to reconnect to people of the past, but really ask yourself the pivotal reasons of why, especially if it's you instigating that contact. Journal where you can. Try to not make any major decisions, abrupt decisions, without kind of sitting with it for a bit. I feel if you wanted to make any personal changes on your body, also checkups. I do feel particularly, making sure you're checking the use by dates with food at this point, especially, meat and things to that degree, making sure you practice good PPE. For some reason, I am seeing, the tummy going off a little bit, and that can be because of what we're touching or how we're producing that food, how we're storing things, pay attention to that. I do feel some of these old habits, though, they are going to be broken. I feel that you're having an attitude change. Some of you have really needed to recover from 2022. I do particularly feel if there was a waiting time frame and there was something to do with inheritance, there can be some news coming in this month, but I feel it will be towards the end of the month. I do feel Lady Luck shines on your wealth. I do feel there also can be a celebration of some description, but this feels like month's end. There is a lot to do with your heart chakra coming up at this point in time, both relating to family and heart. I do feel okay, how would I put this? There could be a brand new chapter happening in a romantic connection this month. This could be getting engaged. This could be taking the connection to the next level. This could be finding out some gossip or something that was hidden. This is one of those months where whatever is hidden, it's definitely coming out. If you do want to come join us for your romance read, come through. It is out in the Members Hub a week ahead of the public. I will put these on premiere for you to view, but you can view these within the membership on YouTube. Stay tuned for our updates relating to the twin flame path. Take care, beautifuls. I'll see you soon.